You're looking at the perfect
Part
cop.
of the handheld control unit.
Damn
is an
thing
auto-lock
follows
gyro
orders.
Interface directly to the
Another gun without a brain.
Twin 50mm.
Hey, what's up, world? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I want to talk about an article that I came across, it was actually last night, that I just find completely unbelievable. And it's actually a story that I've been following for some time. Because for some time now, they've been trying to poop on this guy. And I mean, like, really dirty poop. You know, those kinds of poops that you gotta, like, just keep wiping and wiping and wiping. And somehow some of that poop ends up, like, outside of the area that, you know, poop shouldn't even be at. And you're like, hey, how did poop get over there? Yeah, they're doing one of those poops on this guy for a long time now. Last year, they actually canceled the presidential election in Romania. And they did that because they claimed it's all Russian interference. Because some people who might have been Russians were promoting this guy on social media. I guess like only some people can promote some candidates on social media. And if you're a certain type of person, you just can't be promoting any sort of political candidate. Because if you do, then it's Russian interference. It's insanity. It's sort of a form of racism. I mean, it's obviously a form of racism, right? So, anyway, so we got this guy, Călin Georgescu, or Georgescu. I believe it's Georgescu. Whatever. I'm not Romanian, so forgive me if I can't pronounce his name all that accurately. So we got this article here. It's titled, Europe is Now a Dictatorship, Georgescu. So Romania's presidential frontrunner has been barred from attempting to run for office again. Well, yeah, I mean, before they just canceled the election, they didn't really bar him from running. They just straight up canceled the elections. So let's read this. Now, that's actually what I want to do because there's some funny ass shit said here, right? So Romanian presidential favorite Călin Georgescu has branded the European Union a dictatorship and stated that his country is under tyranny in response to the Central Electoral Bureau, the BEC, in Bucharest, shooting down his candidacy for an upcoming election rerun. I don't know where this place is. I don't know why exactly he's talking about the European Union in general. I'm not sure how the European Union plays into this, how the European Union is actually influencing these Romanian politicians or these Romanian judges from banning him. So that I don't really know about, right? So let's read this, right? So the BEC dismissed Georgescu's bid late on Sunday, citing his allegedly anti-democratic and extremist stance.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Oh, this is insane. Wait a second. So these people who canceled a democratic presidential election, who canceled democracy basically, and who are now banning somebody from running in a democratic presidential election, are claiming that that guy is anti-democratic. You gotta be kidding, right? So according to a ruling published on Sunday evening, Georgescu had failed to comply with the rules of the electoral procedure. Which rules? As far as I'm aware, he didn't violate any of these rules, violating the very obligation to defend democracy. Am I in the fucking Twilight Zone or something? Like is this... Am I the only one who's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking about here? Are you guys looking into a mirror and talking about yourselves? But then you put a picture of Georgescu there? I don't get this, right? So the presidential hopeful, who was a clear favorite in the upcoming election, and who was polling between 40 and 45%, strongly condemned the decision. A direct blow to the heart of democracy worldwide. I have one message left. If democracy in Romania falls, the entire democratic world will fall. This is just the beginning. It's that simple. Europe is now a dictatorship. Romania is under tyranny. Now I want to talk about tyranny. I have a whole video on defining what a tyrant really is. I look at the definition, I look at what a tyranny really is, and basically what I do is I look at tyranny. Tyranny stands for an absolute ruler. Then when you look at the root of absolute, it's something like absolvere, which means to absolve. And my definition of a tyrant is one who absolves others of their right to either rule themselves or absolves them of their destiny. So yeah, I mean, he's right on by calling Romania a tyranny, because by doing this, whatever Romanian governmental or political body is doing this, is absolving the people of their right to choose their next leader, and thus absolving the Romanian people of their own destiny. This is a tyranny, straight up. Right, so the BEC ruling has prompted scuffles between Georgescu's supporters and law enforcement outside the electoral board. The protesters tried to breach police barriers erected around the building, with the law enforcement responding with tear gas and pepper spray. So Georgescu, a critic of NATO and the EU and an opponent of aiding Ukraine, made the headlines last November when he scored a surprise victory in the first round of presidential election, receiving 23% of the votes. The result, however, was promptly annulled by Romania's constitutional court, which cited irregularities in the candidate's campaign and intelligence reports, claiming Russian meddling. Yeah, just a bunch of ambiguities. They didn't really have anything, so they just said this really ambiguous, vague nonsense, irregularities in the candidate's campaign and intelligence reports. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Preliminary findings of an investigation reportedly indicated that the irregularities stemmed from the actions of a consulting firm associated with the ruling pro-Western National Liberal Party, the PNL. The firm had presumably sought to derail another candidate, but accidentally boosted Georgescu instead. So, how is this guy's fault? Romanian media also reported that Georgescu was suspected of breaking campaign finance laws by not disclosing donations from wealthy businessmen. So he's suspected. That must make him guilty. Hey, look, these idiots over here suspect something, so we just have to believe everything that they suspect. Is that what it is? Last month, Georgescu was arrested and charged with promoting fascist, racist, or xenophobic ideologies and plotting anti-constitutional acts. The politician has dismissed all the accusations as politically motivated, claiming that it was being targeted by the Romanian deep state, and asked U.S. President Donald Trump for help. He's not going to fucking help you. Why would Donald Trump help you? He's a piece of crap. Russia has denied attempting to influence the elections in Romania. We have repeatedly rejected these baseless speculations and are stating it again. Russia has no habit of meddling in the affairs of others. So once again, just mindless speculations. I mean, they did the same thing with Trump. I'm not a fan of Trump, but they did the exact same thing with Trump. If we look at his extremist beliefs, let's look at his extremist beliefs. I asked ChatGPT what his kind of political platform is, and here's what it is. So, economic independence. Oh my God, that's so extreme. Oh my God, this guy wants economic independence? Only crazy psychopaths want that. Georgescu advocates for reducing Romania's reliance on international companies, particularly in sectors like food, water, and energy. He supports local agriculture and aims to promote energy and food production to achieve self-sufficiency. Yeah, the farmers love him over there. Apparently, farmers are a huge fan of his because he actually doesn't want to screw the farmers. You know, like how France and all of these other Western countries are screwing their farmers over? Over here in America, they're screwing the cattle farmers. They're also screwing a bunch of other farmers. You know, any farmer that wants to do something that people actually like. Oh, you want to produce raw and sell raw milk? You can't be doing that. We had the cattle farmers that stand off a couple of years ago because of the Border of Land Management, the BLM, and it's actually funny because BLM, the Border of Land Management, it's just such a coincidence. The Border of Land Management, you know, they basically were responsible for that Bundy standoff, where they then killed that one guy in cold blood. They drove their car off the road. They created a roadblock on a blind turn, which forced that car to then, like when it was taking that turn, to then drive off the road. And when the guy got out of the car, they just blasted the shit out of him. What's really funny about the Border of Land Management, the BLM, right around when that time, when that was happening, when that was a big thing in the news, that's when you had the other BLM become super popular in the news, the Black Lives Matter. I mean, it's probably just a coincidence, right? Oh yeah, BLM, Border of Land Management, doing horrible things in the news. Hey, quick, let's get another BLM, Black Lives Matter in the news real quick so everybody forgets about the Border of Land Management and how they're screwing over cattle farmers to protect a desert tortoise that doesn't mean a damn thing to the world. Oh yeah, this desert tortoise. Without this desert tortoise, humanity goes extinct. Yeah, that fell out of the news real quick once Black Lives Matter entered the scene. So yeah, all these Western countries trying to screw over the farmers. This guy, he must be so extreme for wanting to create agricultural independence. Oh my God, what are you thinking, buddy? Don't you know we have to fight climate change? Anyway, his other thing, foreign policy stance. He favors geopolitical non-alignment, proposing that Romania should engage in dialogue with all major powers, including Russia. Oh my God, you can't do that! Russia bad, don't you know? Aren't you brainwashed to think that Russia bad? Rather than aligning strictly with Western blocs like NATO and the European Union. Georgescu has criticized NATO's presence in Romania and expressed admiration for Russian President Vladimir Putin. Oh no, how dare you express any sort of admiration for Putin? Don't you know Putin equal Hitler? Putin equal Hitler. Russia bad. Make it real simple. You got to say it real simple for the mindless masses. Nationalism and traditionalism. His platform includes strong support for Romanian farmers, the Romanian Orthodox Church. Oh my God, religion? No, you can't be about religion, because if you're about religion, that means that you might actually get into religious exemptions, and then your people might actually put God above government mandates. Like getting the vaccine. By the way, I got a religious exemption for my vaccine, so I don't got to get any vaccines, and I can actually get anybody who wants it a religious exemption for any and all vaccines. They don't want you to know that, and that's why they're trying to drive you away from God. That's why they're trying to drive us away from any sort of religion. It doesn't even have to be God, like the biblical God. Religion to me is spiritual philosophy. They want to drive you away from spiritual philosophy, pull you into the material realm where they'll make you terrified of losing your material goods and terrified of dying. Oh my God, you can't die. Oh no, be worried about death. All these things. You have no soul. Only be worried about the material so that we can then pump you up with some vaccines and make a ton of money off of you. Okay? So anyway, nationalism and traditionalism. Yeah, that's what I just read. And the promotion of traditional values. He has also been associated with promoting fascism and anti-Semitism, leading to legal investigations. Fascism, by the way, I'm going to define fascism for all of you. Fascism is the bundling under one umbrella. Okay, if you look at the symbol for fascism, it's the fascist. It's a bundle of sticks with an axe in it. And that is exactly what fascism is about. It's about bundling everybody into one group. There cannot be different groups. So actually, by them banning him from this presidential run, they're actually proving that they're the fascists. They're proving that they don't want other ideas. When other ideas come in and then they slap these labels on them, far right, extremist, and all these other things, they're just proving that they're the real fascist. Because they go ahead and they slap a derogatory label on anybody that doesn't fall under their umbrella. Oh, conspiracy theorist. Oh, extremist. Oh, radical. All of these different things. And radical, not like cool, like they used to use radical in the 80s, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's radical, dude. No, not that sort of radical. They mean like radical, like bad. Ooh, it's a derogatory radical. Anyway, I just want to finish this video off by looking at the other websites right now. Let's look at the other Western websites, right? We got Daily Mail. Let's see if we find any article talking about this. Talking about how they're ending democracy because they love democracy so much. This guy's anti-democracy. We love democracy, and that's exactly why we stop presidential elections and we ban people from running for president. Yeah, I mean that's what people who love democracy do in the upside down, backwards clown world that's been ruled by soulless demons. So let's look at these Western headlines, right? I mean, because the West is so great. So the Daily Mail's top article revealed what Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet really said during painful exchange at tennis match. This is the top fucking headline on this website. Anyway, but let's look at the big headlines, right? Because that's the ones that they really want us to focus on. Netflix crew reveal how Meghan Markle really treated them behind the scenes of her new show. Oh my god, this is like most important news in the world. Let's make it a big ass headline that everybody focuses on. Let's look at another one. My girlfriend told police I murdered Jane Bennett Ramsey. This is the truth about her sick claims and why I still love her. Another stupid ass story. How long are they going to drag this fucking story on for, right? I don't think anybody really cares about that shit anymore. We got this one. Lip reader reveals truth behind Emma Stone and Margaret Qualley's heated exchange that sparked viral meme. Oh my god, it's groundbreaking news and the same bullshit everywhere else. Every single other article, right? Let's look at this, all right? So, The Guardian. U.S. stocks register heavy falls as White House tries to talk up Trump tariffs. Oh my god, this is the major problem. The stock market went down a little bit. Oh my god, of all the problems in the world, let's care about the stock market. And then we got this asshole. Microplastics hinder plant photosynthesis. Study finds threatening millions with starvation. Yeah, it's not your government policies that are threatening millions with starvation. No, it's not that at all. Now it's the microplastics. Sure, we got other stupid-ass articles here. We got In Focus, the making of Elon Musk, the con man of all con men, the fraud who should have been arrested years ago. He promised, he said in 2017, he said, we're building the Roadster now. The new Roadster, we're building it now. He had not even production has even almost begun on that. That's not happening. So many fraudulent things this guy has said. Unbelievable. How did deadly Syria clashes start? And who is responsible for civilian killings? I'm going to be talking about this article tomorrow. Well, not this article, but this story. That's going to be our story for tomorrow. Let's move on. Let's just look at the New York Times. Let's see, what does the New York Times has for us? And that's their top article here. Oh, the stock market. Oh, be worried about your money. Nothing else matters in this world but your money. It's not even your money, because, most people aren't invested in the stock market. It has very little influence on their lives, but worry about money, worry about these material things, bunch of other stupid, useless articles. And then we got the New York Post. Check this out. Cry for help. What's the top article for the New York Post? Wendy Williams. Taken by ambulance after dropping desperate note from New York City window begging for assistance. Anyway, that wraps up all the stories I'm going to be covering today. I'm trying to make these videos short and sweet. So I'm going to end it here. As always, stay happy. Don't let this insanity get to you. Stay healthy. Make sure you're eating right. Avoid those microplastics. Avoid the fucking pesticides that are everywhere and in everything almost. And most importantly, stay sharp so you can keep cutting through and seeing through all of this bullshit.
You think that son of a bitch would learn by now to stop trying me?
You are a genuine man.